What's up, folks? Welcome to a live edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jay Ingram. So tonight, I'm going to preview Week 8 matchup of the NFL 2021 season for the Carolina Panthers. Will travel to face the Atlanta Falcons. Got quite a lot to talk about. I'm going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Matt Rule. Going to talk a little Joe Brady. And a little bit of Deshaun Watson as well. But let's get started and jump into the preview of this game. So, Carolina Panthers still riding a 4-game losing streak, currently 3-4, taking on the 3-3 Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. Of course, this is Carolina's second division game. They won their first, which was against the Saints in Week 2. But let's get into this game. ESPN matchup predictor, 51.1% chance Carolina wins, 48.5% chance the Falcons win, and a 0.4% chance of a tie. Now, this injury report is looking pretty heavy for Carolina. We have Terrace Marshall Jr., Matt Paradis, Daryl Johnson, Shaq Thompson, currently listed as questionable, and defensive tackle Davion Nixon got placed on injured reserve. He apparently Wednesday suffered a knee injury in practice. So feels like as some players are getting healthier, other players are getting hurt. So it looks like they're going to be bringing up Bravion Roy and Phil Hoskins to pretty much back up Daquan Jones and Derek Brown in the middle. Of course, Phil Hoskins has yet to play a game this season, so it looks like he's going to get his shot this Sunday in the rotation. So hopefully, he'll be able to do some damage with the depth that we have on the defensive line. And then also looking at, Shaq Thompson did practice. He's been practicing. So at least it's good to know that he's getting back out there. Will he be good to play Sunday? Still remains up in the air. But they said him and C.J. Henderson were limited. But Phil Snow, defensive coordinator, was saying that if Shaq does play, it'll be a limited role on Sunday if he does play. Let's see. Cameron Irving, Giovanni Ricci, and Trent Scott were full participants in practice. Terrace Marshall Jr., he was out, still dealing with the concussion. And center Matt Paradis was limited. But Daryl Johnson didn't practice, and Davion Nixon, not only did he not practice, but he's on injured reserve now. Looking at the injury report for the Falcons, they got cornerback A.J. Terrell as questionable, and they got a handful of folks on injured reserve. Nobody really notable. Matt Gono, their offensive tackle, one of their offensive tackles, he's on the PUP list, but not really a whole lot of big notable names on the Atlanta squad. So that's pretty much the injury report there. Now, looking at some rankings going into this matchup, let's look at the Falcons offense. So total yards a game, they're ranked 17th. For rushing yards a game, they're ranked 27th. For net passing yards, they're ranked 10th. They are third in sacks allowed, sixth in third down efficiency, and they're tied for 19th in points a game. That's a big issue there for Carolina. The Falcons are tied for third in the league in sacks allowed on offense. Sounds like their offensive line is an offensive line that we should steal. I mean, tied for third in the league in sacks allowed. Looks like that Atlanta offensive line has been doing their job and protecting Matt Ryan. Not only that, they're ranked sixth in third down efficiency with a 45.9%. And for sacks allowed, they've only allowed 9 sacks so far total this season. We can't sleep on this Falcons offense. They know how to convert on third downs, and they are great at protecting the quarterback. This is going to be a big, big test for the Carolina defense. Now, I understand their rushing game, is a little low, ranked 27th. But their net passing yards, they're in the top 10 in the league. And when you got, which their leading receiver is Kyle Pitts. And then let's not sleep on Calvin Ridley. They got some weapons on that Atlanta Falcons team. I know that, like I said, not a whole lot in the rushing game from the Falcons. Cordell Patterson's their leading rusher with 233 yards rushing this season. And they do have the big back in Mike Davis, who has at 214 yards rushing. So gotta keep note of that. But you look at Matt Ryan, 68 completion percentage, 12 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. And like I said, the offensive line has been protecting him well. He's only been sacked 9 times this season. In the receiving game. And the receiving game has mainly been Kyle Pitts, Calvin Ridley, Cordell Patterson. It doesn't seem like they spread the ball out a whole lot, but those 3 seem to be their moneymakers. Patterson, Pitts, Ridley. So definitely key folks to look out for. And then, you look at their offense and then compare it to our offense. So Carolina ranked 25th in total yards. We're ranked 20th in rushing yards, so we're a little bit better on the rushing game. Ranked 26th in net passing yards a game, so that's low. Sacks allowed, we are second to last, 31st in sacks allowed in the league. We've allowed 24 sacks so far this season. Third down efficiency, ranked 28th. Points per game, we're tied for ranked 22. Offense has been taking a hit more and more. Carolina offense still continuously taking hits. Sacks allowed, 31st in the league. And, folks want to talk about quarterback. Offensive line is the bigger issue. 31st. We're ranked 31st in sacks allowed. That's second to the bottom. And it's not showing any signs of getting any better. I understand we have Sam Darnold back there, but the offensive line is going to get anybody killed. It's not just Sam Darnold. The offensive line would get anybody killed. So we got some big weaknesses compared to Atlanta. Because, like I said, Atlanta, they shine, according to these rankings, they shine on third downs, and they're good with protecting the quarterback. So the D-line, the defense, they're going to have to really be aggressive in trying to get pressure on Matt Ryan. That's going to be a big key for this game. The defense has to get pressure on Matt Ryan. He's only been sacked 9 total times this year. And we're in week 8. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. So that's something that has to happen with the defense. Hey, what's up, Ace? Good to see you. I'm honestly down to just start from scratch. This is a dumpster fire. It's bad, but we're not done yet. We're not officially out of it. But I feel you though. It's bad. It's definitely bad. Let's look at the defenses. So Atlanta, 18th for total yards per game allowed, 16th in rushing yards allowed, 19th in passing yards allowed per game. They're 10th in sacks, so they're low on sacks. They only have 10 sacks this season, so 30th. They're 29th in third down efficiency. So hopefully Carolina offense can take advantage of that. They seem to suck on third downs. You know, they're pretty much, with them being 29th on defense and third down efficiency. And well, then again, we're 28th on offense for third downs. Yeah, that's gotta probably counter or cancel each other out. Let's see. Atlanta's tied for 27th in takeaways and 30th in points allowed a game. So, I mean, if anything, with their defense, I mean, their defense doesn't seem to be threatening, but because we have such a bad offense, it kind of counteracts with each other. And then, of course, for Carolina's defense, third in total yards allowed per game, 13th in rushing yards, second in passing yards, tied for 7th in sacks, third in third down efficiency, tied for 24th in takeaways, and tied for 7th in points allowed a game. So, I mean, defense is still in at least the top 10 for sure. We have some guys that might be coming back, so that's something to look forward to. Yeah, Shaq Thompson, he practiced. Him and CJ Henderson, as a matter of fact. So there's that. Hopefully, Stephon Gilmore will be able to play. Here's hoping. But yeah, we got a few guys, but Davion Nixon, he just got on injured reserve. So still got some that are getting healthy while others are suffering injuries. So it's unfortunate. The Falcons defense has played better than I thought this year. I mean, they have a few bright spots, but I wouldn't say their defense is, near Carolina's. I mean, 30th in sacks, 30th in points allowed a game. I mean, those are low. Those are low, really low. 29th in third down efficiency. So, I mean, we should be able to smoke them on third downs, but then again, it's our offense that's ranked 28th on third downs. So it's because really the main threats that I see from the Falcons when it comes to offense are Ridley, Pitts, Patterson, and maybe Mike Davis. So I think the key thing, though, is because they have a great offensive line. Like I said, they've been doing a great job at protecting Matt Ryan. They haven't given up hardly any sacks this year. And they do They're excellent on third downs. They're in the top 10 in third downs. So, different sources are saying different things about Stephon, but I guess we will have to see. Yeah. I mean, it's week 8, and he just, he got off the PUP list in week 6. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how much more time he'll need before he's ready to get out there. But on defense, Carolina has to get pressure on Matt Ryan. That's going to be a big, big thing for the defense. And then on offense, I mean, with Joe Brady, with Sam Darnold, with how bad this offensive line is, I mean, it's kind of obvious what they need to do, but will they do it? I don't know. Another game without Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. Honestly, y'all, I don't see Carolina winning this game. I don't see Carolina winning. Like, what reason do I have to believe that Carolina wins this game? Jeremy Chin said that he is playing really good and feeling smart in practice. Oh, talking about Stephon Gilmore, or talking about Stephon Gilmore? But I don't see it. I don't see us winning this game, y'all. Like, after losing 4 in a row, with that 4th one being against the Giants. Oh, okay, Ace. Thank you for the confirmation. But for that 4th loss being against the Giants, like, I'm not confident that Carolina can win this game. Because even this Atlanta team is better than that Giants team. Like, I gotta keep it real, y'all. I don't see Carolina winning this game. They already have enough issues, enough history playing Atlanta in Atlanta. Now, I understand we beat them in Atlanta last season, but still. And this is a division game, so this is already a very important game. It's a division game. But, I just don't see Carolina pulling it off. To be honest, my score prediction, probably something on the lines of a 14-0. A 14-0. 14-0 Atlanta. Because I think the defense will do enough damage, but because the defense will be on the field more than the offense, I'm going to say 14-0 Atlanta. Because I am not confident that Carolina can win this game. I don't have any faith in Joe Brady. Sam Darnold looks completely lost. And the O-line is trash. Defense can only do but so much. Now, if the defense can rack up turnovers, that will increase their chances to maybe hold on. But I don't see it. I don't see it happening, y'all. I really don't. And then word is that Coach Matt Rule might be interested in going back to coach in college, with Penn State being one of the candidates. And honestly, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. I feel like Matt Rule could potentially be Chip Kelly 2.0. Ace says, it feels like we are 0-7, like I have no confidence. I mean, the record doesn't say that, but it definitely feels that way after these 4 losses. It definitely feels that way after these 4 losses. Like, the loss to the Giants was an utter embarrassment. Like that, I feel like that loss is a taste a lot of us fans won't be able to get out of our mouths until we win another game or go on a win streak. I think the only chance we can get that taste out of our mouths, we go on a win streak. It seems like the locker room does not respect him like they did Ron. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. Because honestly, like, I don't know, looking at Matt Rule and those conferences, those press conferences and interviews, it's like Matt Rule just kind of has a subtle approach to it. Like, it's not really passionate. Like, I don't feel it from him. You know what I mean? I don't really feel it from him. But I mean, honestly, what do y'all think? I mean, do y'all think he gets another year after this season? Especially if we end up with 5 wins or less. Y'all think Mr. Tepper's gonna give him a third year? Yeah, very nonchalant about it. Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, Joe Brady was talking about how they're on the same page, and they're all synced up together, and how they're gonna look at footage from the Saints game to draw inspiration and try to figure out a game plan going into this Atlanta game. Let's go back and look at the Saints win. Really? Really? And the thing that bothers me so much about it, it's like Matt Rule's like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we're on the same page. It's cool. It's cool. Some struggles, but yeah, we're cool. Like, just no sense of urgency, not willing to be like, Joe Brady's got to do better, and such is on Joe Brady. Even the announcers in the game are like disappointed in Joe Brady and just the lack of the play calling. I mean, there was even speculation about, well, should Matt Rule call plays? Like, when you got announcers saying stuff like that, that should say something about Joe Brady. But yet Matt Rule's like, no, we're cool. We're on the same page. We've hashed it out. We're cool. We're cool. We're on the same page. We're gonna look at film from the Saints game, and it's gonna be all great. We're just gonna divvy up everything we did in that Saints game, and we're just gonna come out firing. Joe needs to go. And apparently word is he may be going back to LSU potentially as head coach after the end of this season. And honestly, I feel like the sooner the better. But Joe Brady ain't it. And I am not confident that before the end of this season or even earlier than that he gets this together. When it's so bad that it's so predictable, where other folks can get turnovers against this team, where they snip the plays from a mile away, even before the snap, that's bad. And for Sam Darnold, as much as it pains me to say this, and it hurts, but let's keep it real. Christian McCaffrey made Sam Darnold look good. I said it. As much as I hate to say that, Christian McCaffrey was a big factor in helping Sam Darnold look good. Yes, I understand Christian McCaffrey only has the one touchdown this season. But with him being such a safety blanket, Sam Darnold was able to ride that whenever he was in trouble. But now that Christian McCaffrey hadn't been playing his last handful of games, not since the Texans game, which was week 3, safety blanket ain't there. I mean, when it's so bad where talks are about Sam Darnold going back to basics, footwork, stuff like that, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. And I know there are some people out there that, still have faith that Sam Darnold can become an elite quarterback. And honestly, y'all, week 8, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't. Bless his heart. I'm sure Sam Darnold's a good guy, but I think the experiment will be over by the end of this year. They always tell their plans in their press conferences, like when Matt said they were going to run the ball more, which means Giants knew what to expect. Yeah, dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Now all Atlanta needs to do is to scout our plays against the Saints game. Dead giveaway. You said it best, Ace. You said it best. Robbie Anderson not wanting to catch the ball now. O-line not protecting Sam Darnold. So embarrassing that the other team's quarterback got a catch for a first down against us. But yet Sam Darnold been struggling, looking downfield, getting the ball downfield, going through his progressions, throwing off terrible footing. It's not a good look. And it sucks too. Oh, yeah, Ace, that's right. It was a one-handed grab too. It was a one-handed grab. Mr. Daniel Jones hauled it in, even took the hit afterwards, and still was a catch. And then looking at Deshaun Watson, well, looks like that dream is over. I know a lot of people were hoping for Deshaun Watson. Carolina Panthers aren't in the running this season. And it looks like the Dolphins are the main ones in line to potentially get Deshaun Watson, only if the whole legal stuff gets settled and whatnot. But looks like the Dolphins have the assets to get Deshaun Watson. I'm guessing they have the three first round picks and the second round picks and the players necessary that Houston would want. I wish Peanut Tillman would come out of retirement and help us out. Charles Peanut Tillman, the Peanut Punch, who was a great defensive back. I'm cool to get Tua also. My only thing with Tua is just his health, but I'm sure Tua would do fine. But yeah, Deshaun Watson just, it's such a weird situation because now, Roger Goodell was saying that they don't have the information or evidence to put him on the exempt list or suspend him. So, I mean, There's that. And then if they're really desperate for a quarterback, which, according to Matt Rule and company, doesn't seem to be that way, they could, I guess, call up Cam Newton. There's still that. But like I said, I don't think he wants to come back to Carolina. But I got a feeling that some team is going to try to go after Cam, even if it's not us. I kind of feel bad for Tua. He has not been given a real chance. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment. But I don't know. It's really interesting. I mean, I don't know. Like, you look at a lot of these rookies. I mean, you look at Trevor Lawrence. And what are they doing? They're struggling. They're 1-5. And Trevor Lawrence, I mean, yeah, they just finally got their first victory, but like Trevor Lawrence, they're struggling. I mean, Justin Fields. I mean, the Bears are 3-4, but Justin Fields has been struggling. So I don't know. I just, looking back at a lot of the folks out there, especially some of my close friends that were like, tank for Trevor. Well, Trevor's struggling. I know a lot of folks wanted to, draft Justin Fields. Justin Fields is struggling. It's like, I mean, looking at Justin Fields, $75 out of 131 attempts for 816 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and he's been sacked 22 times, including one game where he was sacked 9 times. Like, if Cam comes here, that means that both sides is going to need to drop their egos, and that is not happening. Yeah. Shoot. Being with how they let him go, I don't think it's happening either. And it's so sad because of how different the culture was when Cam was here. And I feel like, the only other person that probably would be on board if we still had him would be Coach Ron Rivera, but he's in Washington, which I feel like Washington could still be a front runner even for Cam. So it's a really tough situation. I mean, it's tough. It's really, really tough. And next week, week 9, is supposed to be the week where Christian McCaffrey is eligible to come off the injured reserve. But, at this point, the coaching staff is probably wondering, do we let him play or do we sit him out? What are their chances of making a comeback if he does get inserted back into the lineup, Ace says, knowing Cam, he still holds somewhat of a grudge towards them for letting him go. And part of me doesn't blame him. I mean, I felt like that was definitely a burned bridge. But look at this. Joe Brady talking about whether it's a pass or a run, staying in a down and distance that you can follow a good run with a run. And he added that him and Coach Matt Rule are on the same page as far as wanting to run the ball more and stay on the field. Joe Brady. Oh, man. But Ace, what do you think? You think after the season, you think they let Matt Rule go? You think he'll still be coach? I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings about it. Ron Rivera was the only one that has always believed in Cam. This is true. This is true. I mean, that was his Super Bowl quarterback, his MVP. You have mixed feelings as well? Yeah, Ace. I mean, I feel like word is that Tepper was at least going to give him three seasons. And I mean, I do kind of get that. I do see the chances of him staying. But Joe Brady got to go. He's definitely got to go. Phil Snow, I think if he keeps doing what he's doing, I feel like he'll be a keeper. But, and you know, we do have somebody in Scott Fitterer as well. I think he'll be here to stay as well. You know, with this being his first year, I definitely feel like Mr. Fitterer is here to stay. Ace says, but I'm leaning towards him staying. Honestly, I could really go either way. I could go either way with him either staying or going. But depending on how this season ends, like looking at the rest of the schedule, like, so we got the Falcons this Sunday, then the Patriots, then the Cardinals, who did finally lose a game tonight. So there are no undefeated teams left, but still very tough. And then Washington, and you best believe Coach Ron Rivera wants revenge. You best believe he wants revenge. And then the Dolphins. So, and then there's the bye. So check that out. We got the Falcons, Patriots, Cardinals, Washington, Dolphins before the bye. Honestly, y'all, looking at the teams that we lost against, Cowboys, Eagles, Vikings, Giants, and the Giants one was the worst loss. I mean, the other three games were at least close. That Giants game was an obliteration, especially in the second half. Shoot. I can only see us maybe winning one game in that span. Yeah, which will probably either be the Patriots or maybe the Patriots or Dolphins game. But let's see. Ace says Scott Fitterer and Phil Snow are the only ones that have a legit reason to be confident about their jobs next year. I say 5 wins again. Oh, another 5-win season? Yeah, I mean, and see, we haven't even gotten to the superiorly hard part. We haven't gotten to the insane hard part of the schedule, because after the bye, it's Falcons, Bills, Bucks, Saints, Bucks. So that's 5 games right there. 4 of them are division games. 4 of them are division games. That second half after the bye is going to be like 8th level Mario Brothers hard. Ace says, I'm just ready for the draft. You ready for the draft already? Dang. Oh, we're about to reach midpoint and already you're ready for the draft. Dang. That says something. But nah, I feel you. If anything, I'm just really looking to see how we finish and who breaks out on this team. I mean, like I said, I know we're missing J.C. Horn because J.C. Horn, his presence is definitely missed. Shaq, who's become the leader of this defense, his presence has been missed. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, his presence has definitely been missed. But, and then looking at the quarterback situation, because like I said, and remember, Carolina picked up Sam Darnold's 5th-year option. And, I don't know what the chances are of maybe them resuming going for Deshaun Watson in the offseason. But one thing's for sure, quarterback is definitely something that'll need to be addressed. But for now, it's really looking like we're going to have to endure Sam Darnold for the rest of this season. I mean, that's just the way it is. Unless they plan on trying to get Cam or somebody else, we're pretty much going to be stuck with Sam Darnold for this season. So just mentally prepare for that, y'all. Just mentally prepare for that. Ace says, without JC and Shaq, our defense does not have the same attitude. Yeah, that's definitely noticeable. They are definitely missed. They are very much missed. I mean, I know Brian Burns and Hassan Reddick are still trying to get theirs. And I know, we got some AJ Bouye. I know that Dante Jackson, he's still doing his thing. Definitely feel like should be paid by the end of the season, extended. D-Jack, I definitely believe it has been maturing, and I feel like D-Jack definitely deserves to stay. I feel like DJ Moore on offense has been our most reliable receiver. The only other one that I could think of is Tommy Tremble. And even Zylstra's made some catches, but he's on IR. So but like I said, all that plus the bad offensive line, plus Joe Brady as the play caller, how much worse can it get? How much worse can it get? But anyway, like I said, going back to this Falcons matchup, the only chance that we even have of doing some damage, they have to execute on offense. They have to pretty much be a turnover-free game played on offense. It's got to be turnover-free, as few sacks as possible, which I'm not confident that will happen. And that's really what it comes down to. Because I'm not expecting Sam Darnold to have another 300-yard passing game, to be honest with you. I don't see him having another 300-yard passing game. He's not getting time. He's been getting chased out of the pocket. And he's been getting sacked quite a bit. So, Ace says, I'm not going to give up on my team. I'm still going to watch all of our games this year, but not a whole lot of confidence left. Oh, I'm there with you. I'm there with you. Definitely will watch from start to finish, but I'm there with you. And don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people are like, we're 3-4. It's not over. This is true. Statistically, record-wise, this is true. But being that this team has lost 4 games in a row, The confidence is not there. The will to really bounce back just isn't there. I mean, looking at these press conferences, these interviews with Sam Darnold and Matt Rule and, Joe Brady, I feel like the only person that's really kept it real, Cameron Irving, and even, y'all may disagree, but even Robbie Anderson has kind of kept it real. At least he's been honest about his mistakes. But I'd say him and Cameron Irving probably are the main two that keep it real in the press conferences. So, but if anything, our defense is definitely going to be tested in this Atlanta game because Atlanta's offense, they got some bright spots. They've been able to protect the quarterback, and they're great on third downs. And they're in the top 10 in net passing yards a game. So I believe the defense is going to be tested in this game. But our offense, I mean, with the Atlanta defense being, ranked 30th in sacks and 29th in third down efficiency, hopefully some way, somehow, Carolina can take advantage of that. But that offense, I doubt it. Ace says, Sam and Matt Rule and Joe Brady all say the same thing, pretty much. They might as well be triplets. But I'm gonna give the Carolina defense the benefit of the doubt. But I'll say once again, final score 14-0 Atlanta. Because I'm not confident this Carolina team can put points on the board. The last time they put points on the board was the first drive of the Giants game, and it was only a freaking field goal. So I'm not confident. Ace says, this game really relies on Jeremy Chin and the Kyle Pitts matchup. Yeah, Kyle Pitts is their leading receiver. So, hey, they'll definitely be tested. And then, got Calvin Ridley. And then you got an interesting combo in Cordell Patterson and Mike Davis. So, I mean, they got some weapons on offense. And they do have that one tight end. Who's that one tight end? I think it's Hayden Hurst. That's actually pretty decent. Oh man, what was his name? Yeah, Hayden Hurst. It's pretty decent. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be a test for the defense. But like I said, Atlanta doesn't have a whole lot going on their run game. So I'm hoping the defense can do their part in stopping the run. Yeah, Hayden Hurst. Yeah, him on tight end. But, Matt Ryan, he's been taking good care of the football, hadn't been turning it over that much. Good completion percentage. Good rating, 96.8. Matt Ryan is looking like he could be working his way into the MVP discussion if he keeps that up. But we'll see. But I don't have a good feeling about this game. And it's in Atlanta. I don't have a good feeling. But Hayden Hurst is a sneaky good playmaker. Yeah. That's why I knew there was like one other guy on that offense. And yeah, you like I said, you pointed him out. So, but yeah, Kyle Pitts, their leading receiver, also their first round draft pick. Not to mention his yards after catch. Telling you, he's the next Vernon Davis, it seems. Not to mention the dude's got great hands. He's got great hands. So it's gonna be tough. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if Carolina can bounce back. I know we're hurting on injuries. You know, we're hurting at certain skill positions like quarterback and offensive line. I'm just tired of making excuses for Sam, especially when the blocking is there. I mean, yeah. I mean, after all, what was it? The first play of the Vikings game, he had good protection and he threw a pick. I mean, Sam. Oh man, hold on. Let me look at Sam Darnold's stats so far. Sam Darnold, 61.4% completion percentage, 153 of 249 for 1,685 yards, 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's been sacked 21 times. Yeah. And then a lot of people are like, start PJ Walker. Well, when he came in, what was he? 3 of 14 for 33 yards and got sacked 3 times. I mean, I don't know how folks are getting this idea that PJ Walker is going to make that much of a difference. I mean, I get the change of atmosphere, but I mean, what are you going to say when he comes in and he stinks it up? Because you have to also remember that Lions game we won last season, let's keep it real. Yes, it was a shutout, but that was mainly defense. Because even though PJ Walker had the touchdown pass, he also threw 2 picks in the end zone. So we can't be super hyping up PJ Walker like that. I understand he's young and I'm sure he's teachable, coachable, but he's not there yet. You know, a lot of people are like, PJ time. No, like realistically, he's not ready yet. Will he get there at some point? Sure. But he's not ready yet. So I just feel like some folks are overhyping him. But yeah, just, you know, I'm hopeful that Chuba Hubbard can still, you know, keep carrying the load. You know, he's been doing decent. He could be better, but he's doing decent. And, you know, DJ Moore probably going to have another 1,000-yard receiving year. I think he'll at least have another 1,000-yard receiving year. He's at 586 yards currently. So I think he's going to have a 1,000-yard receiving year. I mean, he's already way up there over the other receivers. I mean, Robbie Anderson only has 204 yards receiving. So, he's got the advantage. This team is lacking a true leader right now. Not even the coaches are stepping up. Yeah, you're right. There hasn't really been a passionate leader. I mean, probably the only one that I could think of off the top of my head is Shaq Thompson, and maybe a close honorable mention, maybe Dante Jackson. But honestly, the one I give it to, the closest one I give it to, would be Shaq Thompson. But hopefully he'll be back. Yeah, Dante. Yeah, I think Dante, mainly because he's been maturing. He's been maturing more and more. But yeah, like I think what's going to happen this game for Carolina to even have a shot, they're going to have to play turnover-free football. You know what? For the offense, I will put that at the top priority. Turnover-free football. That goes at the top for the offense for Carolina. Turnover-free football. And honestly, go from there. Shaq and CMC are the team's true leaders. Well, Shaq, yes. CMC, I mean, I guess. I mean, I think mainly what CMC is, what he brings to the game when he's out there. So if anything, his presence and what he brings is definitely huge. But one of the things they like to say is the best ability is availability. So, but we'll see come week 9 if he's able to bounce back or what they do. But yeah, turnover-free football and really just go from there is what I think the offense needs to do. And then secondly, just Joe Brady's going to have to call a near flawless game on offense, especially with the defense giving them tons and tons of opportunities. And if the defense can rack up turnovers, that'll be big. That'll be really big. At least the Charlotte Hornets are winning. The Charlotte Hornets and the Carolina Hurricanes. Hurricanes won again tonight. Still undefeated. 6-0. Yeah. But yeah, that's all that I have for tonight. I'm about to get ready to get some rest. But yeah, y'all. Carolina getting ready to take on the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta this Sunday for their second division game. Right now they are 1-0 in the division in the NFC South. My prediction 14-0 Atlanta. I hope I'm wrong, but something tells me I won't be wrong. I might be off on the score, but something tells me I won't be wrong about Atlanta winning. But this is your chance, Carolina. Prove me wrong. Make me eat my words. Carolina Panthers, I predict y'all lose. Make me eat my words. I challenge you to make me eat my words. All right, Blitz. Ace, thank you for coming in and chatting it up with me. You get you some rest. Have a blessed day. I'll see you soon. But yeah, y'all, we need a miracle. Maybe it'll start Sunday. Or we eat a 5th loss in a row. Jeez, 5 losses. Jeez. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Be sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hope everybody has a blessed weekend. This is Blitzball champ Jason Ingram signing off for this live edition of Carolina Panthers Talk. No matter what, keep pounding, and let's try to go out there and get this win. We'll see. Anyway, take care. I'm outie. Peace.